and I thank the Deputy Ambassador and the whole Somaliland mission. I thank Rhoda from Safi organization for putting all of this together. And I in particular want to welcome some old friends and also some new friends. So Abdi Karim here in particular, he actually was a friend of my father's. So we go back a long, long way. And Rhoda also, I have known for many, many years. Some people, where's he gone? Yeah, you knew my father, Dahif knew my father. Also, there are people, friends from the days of the war that I knew in the bush. So I'm very, very privileged to be able to welcome you all here. I now want to just explain a little bit about the significance of where we are standing, because many of you may be aware that my father Eric Wilson, is the reason that you are all gathered here today, because in the 1930s he traveled to Somaliland, then British Somaliland, as a member of the British Army. He went there by choice, and as soon as he arrived, he became absolutely convinced that this was an unusual and special place with special people. And in particular, he became friendly with a man called Culjoog. And I think we need to take a time to remember those two men, Culjoog and Eric Wilson, because what happened in August 1940 is the reason that we were able to create this Degmo project here on the farm, and I will now explain. So in August 1940, the Italians invaded British Somaliland, and my father and Culjoog and 75 Somali soldiers were given the task of being at the front of the British defense of British Somaliland. So for 5 days, those Somalis and my father and Culjoog had to stop the Italian army. There were other British troops behind them, but they were at the front. Unfortunately, on that first day of battle, Culjoog was killed by an Italian shell whilst he was standing next to my father firing their machine gun. Now, the significance for me was that when I was born in 1960, I inherited the relationship that my father had had with the Culjoog family. So all my life, I have grown up knowing the sons and now the grandsons and the great-grandsons of the Culjoog family. Now, when we bought the house here on this farm about 21 years ago, we didn't own the farm, and we wanted to start this Degmo project. So we had a problem. The land became available, we had no money. So my father did something very special. Because of that battle in 1940, my father was awarded the highest British medal for courage, the Victoria Cross. Now, my father was always very, very uncomfortable with the fact that it was given to him and not to Culjoog and all the Somali soldiers that were with him. And I have in the house a copy of a letter that he wrote to his commanding officer saying, I am not happy with this, I want the award to be recognized for all Somalis. The British government never did so, but to his dying day, my father said, in his head, in his mind, this Victoria Cross should be shared with all the Somalis that were present in that battle. So, when we needed to try and find money to buy this farm, to start this project, my father, without us asking, took that medal and sold it, because it was a very valuable medal. And the money from that medal paid for 2/3 of the cost of buying this farm. And he did it so that people like yourself, Somalis from the UK community, could come here to celebrate being Somalis, to celebrate Somali culture, to celebrate Somaliland. And for the memory of Culjoog, his friend, and the relationship with our family to be continued for subsequent generations. And so now my sons and my daughter are continuing that tradition. They have grown up. They have, since the age of 5, they have been as important as my wife and I in hosting them. Now it's thousands of Somalis who visited this project. So we always begin by telling people about this history and remembering Culjoog and also my father. So that is a very important thing. So this day, 26 June 1960, it is a very historic occasion. But I think we should also take the opportunity to celebrate the 30 years of incredible achievement that Somaliland has succeeded in delivering since 18th of May 1991. I was very privileged to be part of the organization, the Somali National Movement, that created the situation where Somaliland could become the republic that it is today. I was also very privileged to be in Somaliland on the 18th of May, to be part of those celebrations, to witness and then to attend Shirki Borma and many of the other very significant events which have laid down the basis of the stability, the democracy and the progress that we see today in Somaliland. And my message to those Somalis who are not from Somaliland is, don't try to destroy something that is working. Look at it and learn. It's not that Somaliland wants something bad for all the other Somalis. They want other Somalis to be like them. That is the point of Somaliland, and some people miss that. The British government misses that. This is the important thing. Somaliland is leading by example. We want the rest of the region to have the same levels of prosperity, security, and democracy. Today we have one of the most democratic governments, not just in Africa, but in the world, in Hargeisa. My friend Musa Bihi, who I was privileged to be with during the S&M war, is one of the most honest and upright people that I know. I wish we could say the same for other political leaders in this world. So Somaliland should be congratulated on having such a good, strong man as their president. And I send my best wishes to President Musa Bihi and all his government in Hargeisa, and also indeed to the Somaliland ambassador from the UK. So I will end now and say again, thank you very, very much for coming here. I am sorry about the weather last night, but at least we are enjoying a little bit of fun now.